as you transition from I came up with ideas to now I'm going to write a paper, I need to create an outline, you really can't figure out the outline without knowing the thesis statement first. Now, there's some things you might know. You might have found several quotes that are great. You can drop them in. There's some things you may know that you need to do before you figure out your point. Great. But the entire structure of an essay should support the thesis statement. So it's really hard to figure out how to support something when you don't know what the something is. So this is about the time in the writing process. If you're writing like an essay, you need to figure out your thesis statement. What's a thesis statement? Well, it's going to be a sentence that summarizes the main claim of a text. If it's an essay, it's the claim, its entire scope is the entire essay, right? You're not just covering part of it, it's the whole thing. And I say summarize. It should not explain everything because you're going to write a whole essay, right? It's not that after the thesis statement there's nothing left to say. No, there can be plenty. But also I have students ask me, wait, one sentence? Yeah, it's way better to do it in one sentence than to spread it out over multiple sentences. Because if you spread out your big idea over a whole paragraph, it's harder for the reader to figure out what your point is because you give them a lot of information instead of summarizing it down to the main claim. Okay, here's a formula, again from the textbook. Topic plus comment equals thesis statement. So comment, this is the part that makes the thesis debatable. A thesis has to be debatable. It can't be a fact. We don't argue facts in essays. That is a weird place to be. That's only for people who don't accept reality. Right? And that's not the purpose of an essay. An essay's job is not to state what people already know or what's been established. It's to introduce something that is ultimately debatable. You're going to present an idea that other people, by definition, may not agree with. Otherwise, there'd be no point saying it. Because if everybody already agreed, you wouldn't have to write an essay about it. Right? So it has to be debatable. You need to make a comment. We start by identifying, introducing the topic. We make a comment about it. There you go. This also lines up with the structure of a sentence. This is good. Topic is basically the same idea of the subject, comment, same purpose of a predicate. Now, there's going to be some sentences where that doesn't exactly line up, but it might. Okay, so here's an example. If I was writing about, again, our sample essay, A. David Lewis's The Guardians of the Galaxy and the Fall of the Classic Hero. All right, sample thesis statement. Topic, A. David Lewis and Guardians of the Galaxy and the Fall of the Classic Hero. So it's broken apart here. Have I said anything about it yet? No, I've only identified what I'm talking about. I'm talking about A. David Lewis, and I'm talking about his essay, Guardians of the Galaxy and the Fall of the Classic Hero. That's what I'm writing about. I've identified the topic. Now I'm going to make a comment about it. This starts with makes. This is our verb, literally the predicate of the sentence, and we see it again down here. Makes a convoluted argument that Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy satirizes Joseph Campbell's monomyth theory. Whoa, a lot of words, right? But every word serves a purpose. There is no filler here, all meat. Makes a convoluted argument. This is the debatable part. This is also summary. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy satirizes Joseph Campbell's monomyth theory. This is a very dense summary. But as you read the actual essay, yes, that's what he does. The debatable part is whether it's convoluted or not. Someone may say, no, it's really good. It's really good. And then there's more than one side of the issue. It can be an essay. All right, is this helping? Is this making sense, seeing it in action? Hopefully.